Paris's history is much deeper and darker than what is above ground, buried underground in what are known as the Paris Catacombs. This is a network of tunnels over 200 miles long, carved into centuries-old stone quarries. In the 18th century, when the Paris cemeteries were filled with corpses and diseases began to spread in the city, the government made a very terrible decision. They exhumed more than 6 million human bodies and brought their bones and skulls into these tunnels and arranged them in order in the walls. Today, it is the largest cemetery in the world. When you enter there, a sign says, "Stop, this is the kingdom of the dead." These tunnels are such a maze that if anyone strays into these authorized parts, it becomes impossible to return. Welcome to Moon Facts TV. Leaving the city of the dead, we now go to the Turkish city of Istanbul. Istanbul, which was once called Constantinople, is built on two evils, but its real secret is buried beneath it. Here, there are centuries-old water reservoirs under the ground, which are so large that they are called underground palaces, the most famous of which is the Basilica Cistern or the Yerebatan Serenci. This is such a large underground hall that it has 336 large marble pillars that were brought from old Roman temples. The atmosphere here is very mysterious. The sounds of dripping water echo everywhere, but the biggest secret of this place is the heads of Medusa hidden under two pillars. These heads of the famous Greek goddess have been placed upside down and upside down. Historians still argue to this day why they were placed like this. Was it just to support the two pillars, or is there a deep secret hidden behind it? Now let's talk about Rome. It is said that Rome was not built in a day, and it is also said that there is more buried underground than above ground. The city of Rome is like a lasagna, where each century has added a new layer on top of the previous one. Below ground you will find not only old buildings, but also the famous Domus Aurea or Golden House of Emperor Nero. It was such a large and magnificent palace that the kings who came after Nero's death filled it with earth out of hatred and built new cities on top of it. In addition, there is a whole network of Christian catacombs under Rome. These are the tombs and tunnels where early Christians used to worship in secret and bury their dead, so that they could escape the cruelty of Roman soldiers. These tunnels also stretch for miles. Finally, we will mention London. Under London, there are not only the old Roman walls or medieval tunnels, but also a modern underground city. The Churchill war rooms are a perfect example of this. During World War II, when Hitler's planes were bombing London relentlessly, Prime Minister Winston Churchill and his entire cabinet took refuge in these rooms underground. These were not just a few rooms, they were a complete self-sufficient command center from where the entire war was being fought. Here, people's bedrooms, kitchens, communication rooms, everything was there. Even people lived and worked here without seeing sunlight for weeks while their city was burning above. Even today, these rooms are exactly as safe as they were left in the last days of the war. I hope you liked this video from Moon Facts TV. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do so now so that you can be the first to see new informative videos.